Hey, how's it going? My name is Andy Antiles from Greystone Trading, and in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how I earned $72,489 this month. I will refresh on my phone so you can see that it is not a screenshot. That is my live account on Webull. Over $72,000 in income trading in the stock market for 1, maybe 2 hours a day. And I'm going to share with you how I've been able to do that without a Wall Street background, without being naturally great at math or finance. And even though I personally don't have a Wall Street background, I'm 25 years old and I've been trading in the stock market since I was 17, so almost 8 years now. One of the reasons that I've been able to achieve a reasonable amount of success is because my father does have an extensive Wall Street background, and I leaned on my dad as an extremely valuable mentor of mine for a really long time. And my dad is a career-long asset manager and hedge fund trader. And so I've now made it my mission to sort of pay it forward to help other people use the exact same system that I use every single day to get these sorts of results, to be able to earn over $70,000 in a month's time, more than the average American salary, from literally clicking a couple of buttons on my laptop. It's something that I'm incredibly grateful for, and something that I'd love to be able to share with you. As my next success story, we this week had an incredibly exciting case study where one of my students crossed his $1 million profit mark. And he started trading in June of 2023. So obviously, that is an extraordinary outcome, and that is not an ordinary amount of success for students that learn it and apply the system. Most people are looking to just add an extra 3 or 5 or even $10,000 a month in extra income. But the system that I'm going to share with you today works whether you're looking to make your first $2,000 a month or even scale that $100,000 a month mark. So if you want to work closely with me and my team to implement this system, you can click the link below, submit an application, and schedule a call. But the reason that I wanted to film this video today was to talk to you about this system, exactly what it looks like, in real time, using it on a daily basis, and also um, wanted to be very straightforward. You see a dollar amount like $72,000 in 1 month, and I think for many people the first question is, well, how much money did you start with? Is this only a game for the rich to get richer? And I wanted to be very clear that I started this account with $50,000 on August 18th, and it's currently at $132,000. And so, again, I'll show you on my phone live right now. It was over 100% growth. It was 120% growth in this single month. So again, this system works whether you're looking for your first $2,000 a month, or to be able to scale to 50 or even $100,000 a month. And you don't need any previous experience to start. Like I said, most online income opportunities that you see online. And let me back up for a second. The reason that you're probably looking for an online income opportunity uh, is because in 2025, to be reliant on one source of income is incredibly risky. It puts you in an incredibly vulnerable position. And true financial freedom comes from having an extra source of income outside of your full-time job. That's what allows you to not need to worry about bills, to not have that sort of churning in your stomach every time that you swipe your credit card to buy your wife flowers, or to take your family out to dinner, or to be able to do something nice for your loved ones. It's all about having that extra source of income. The problem is that when you look online at all of these different opportunities, and many of them are fantastic, but the challenge with them, think Amazon FBA or drop shipping or affiliate marketing or starting a digital agency of some kind, they either, in order to be successful in them, you either need to become an expert at a very significant number of skills, right? You either need to master sales, marketing, and finance, and customer success, and all of these different skills, because it's starting an entire business, right? Hiring employees, managing employees. You need to learn, 5, 10 different skills, or It's something like remote sales or copywriting, where it's another job. It's only one skill, but you need to work 7, 8, 9, 10 hours a day to make meaningful income. And so trading is this incredibly unique opportunity where we can spend realistically a few minutes a day clicking buttons from our computer or our phone and be able to make tremendous income, an uncapped amount of income. No employees, no inventory, nothing else, no headaches that we have to deal with. And we can keep earning more income um, without needing to get better at the skill. Just as we have more money in our account, the income continues to scale. Now, I'm going to share with you why most traders fail and ultimately what you can do to get around that. And that leads me to jump right into how exactly I was able to earn over $70,000 this month, because obviously numbers like that, um, it's not luck. It's a consistent, repeatable system that I'm implementing on a daily basis, and it goes back to the most important lesson that my dad taught me. My dad, who's been a professional trader on Wall Street for the biggest banks and hedge funds for over 30 years. Um, he taught me the importance of not trading in response to the emotions that I feel. We are emotional beings, and we are um, going to feel emotional responses depending on if we're making money, if we're losing money. And the way that we can have edge in the stock market, the way that we can extract cash and long-term profitability, is by having an emotionless system that we follow every single day. And so what I look to do each and every day, each and every morning when I open up my chart right at around 10 a.m., is I look to determine what I call a clearly defined range. Okay? A clearly defined range where I have a level of resistance and I have a level of support. My resistance level is where a price has continuously been unable to trade above. When I say trade above, what I'm referring to is with a 5-minute candle close. So each of these bars that you see here represent 5 minutes of time. And the thin part of the candle is called the wick. The wick is where price went at some point during the 5 minutes, but the body, the thick part of the candle, is where price was at the very beginning of the 5 minutes and then at the very end of the 5 minutes. And where the candles open and close tell us a very clear story about how price is behaving today. And this is SPY, the S&P 500 ETF. This is the only stock that I trade every single day. The most traded, the most liquid stock in the entire US stock market, which is one of the reasons why it doesn't bother me at all to share with you this strategy. It doesn't matter if 100,000 people started copying this exact strategy tomorrow, we would be a tiny speck in comparison to the big boys like BlackRock and JP Morgan, etc. All I look to do is sit back in my chair and wait patiently for a clearly defined level of resistance to be formed and a clearly defined level of support to be formed. And I have my clearly defined range, right? Once I have that clearly defined range, and forgive me, I don't use these tools very often. I think it's in here. All I wait for is for that range to be broken. I am completely unbiased as to in what direction price goes. If it wants to go above this range or below this range, it does not matter to me. I simply wait patiently for price to pick a direction. And in this case, I got a 5-minute candle close below support, below this level right here, wherein I was given confirmation that price will now continue to trade in this direction. And it took a little bit of time. Each of these candles are 5 minutes. So I pressed the buy button here. I sat back in my chair and I waited for this to play out. And ultimately, I was able to earn over $10,000 on this trade. the downside. So I'm going to give you one other example in addition to this one. I think this was a really clean example. These setups present themselves many times every single day. So it doesn't matter really at what point in your day you may have available to you. If you have 20, 30 minutes in the morning or 20, 30 minutes in the afternoon at any point in your day to be looking at the charts to be able to determine a clearly defined range of some sort, these setups are presenting themselves many, many times per day. And I have students that are using this exact same strategy to extract an extra $300 a day of income from the stock market, or an extra $4,000 a month to be able to, pay their mortgage every single month, or to be able to, buy, birthday gift for their children and not have to worry about it. Little things like that. For a lot of people, it's just the little things in life that allows them to breathe a little bit easier. And for other extremely ambitious people, it's getting to the point where it can replace their 9 to 5 income. It can massively outpace their 9 to 5 income. And it ultimately depends how seriously you want to take it. But like I said, these setups present themselves all day, every day. This is the day before. The day before, we were just looking at Tuesday, the 23rd of September. Now we're looking at the 22nd. Again, I was completely unbiased here and just waiting for a setup to present itself. And by a setup presenting itself, I'm referring to, once again, a level of resistance, a level that has been continuously, after multiple times, failed to trade above, and a level of support, which I had right here as well. So I was able to establish, once again, a clearly defined range. And I simply waited for price to either break above or break below. In this case, we broke above. At the end of this 5-minute candle right here, we were above the 663.68. And I made the trade that SPY, the S&P 500 ETF, would continue to trade higher. And this trade right here, I believe I was able to earn over $6,000 in income that day. But like I said, these setups present themselves many, many times a day. And this is the support and resistance strategy that I've been using to earn tremendous amounts of income from the stock market. And, I think this is a simple system. And in some of my other videos, I break down the exact risk management system that I deploy, how I sell different parts of my position at different points, and really execute that emotionlessly. But this is exactly how I find winning trades. I look for a clearly defined range to establish itself, and I look for a break in either direction. Earlier I talked about why trading in the stock market is such an incredibly appealing online income opportunity compared to everything else that's out there. And the catch, as you know, is that over 90% of day traders fail. And the reason for that is that, most, day trading teachers that you see out there on TikTok or on YouTube that are, flashing their Lamborghinis and their rented mansions, whatever it may be, right? Um, most of those so-called strategies are hoping and praying that a penny stock will go up 10,000%, or that a particular stock will go up over the course of many weeks or many months. They're not focused on the daily charts, or if they are focused on the daily charts, there isn't a consistent, repeatable system that you can implement each and every single day to get the same consistent, reliable results. This exact strategy that I've shared with you today, I've been using since I was 18 years old. So I started trading when I was 17. In that first year, I learned a tremendous amount. I learned lots of costly lessons. And it was only until the following year that I was able to start earning consistent income from the markets. And so that first year that I went through a tremendous amount of learning, I can now sort of teach all of those lessons, and I'm able to get my students to learn all of those lessons that took me a year and change to learn in a matter of a few weeks. And that's what's really special. And that's what working with, a mentor, a coach can do for you, is massively collapse that amount of time that it takes you to reach the outcome that you're looking for. So whatever your desired outcome is, whether you're looking to just add an extra $3, $4, $5,000 a month, or it really is to get to that, $40, $50, $60,000 plus a month level, My team and I can absolutely help you get there. We have countless success stories, countless individuals who have been able to radically change their lives with this exact entry model, this exact system of trading in the stock market. It's been absolutely life changing for me. I hope you've gotten value out of this video. And if you'd like to work further and closely with myself, with my team of extraordinary experts, then you can click the link in the description below this video or message us on Instagram at Greystone Trading, and we'll help you get started. Alrighty, take care and talk to you soon.